Hey there, welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that's often misunderstood: narcissism. You've probably heard people throw the word narcissist around to describe someone who's selfish, manipulative, or obsessed with themselves. But the truth is, there's a lot more behind it than just vanity or arrogance. So, why do some people develop narcissistic traits? What makes someone crave admiration, control, or constant validation? Let's unpack this together, gently and without judgment. To understand narcissism, we need to go back, all the way to childhood. Most experts agree that narcissistic traits often begin as coping mechanisms. Imagine a little kid growing up in an environment where love felt conditional. Maybe they only got attention when they achieved something, like good grades or when they looked perfect. Or maybe they were ignored, criticized, or even humiliated for showing vulnerability. Over time, that child might start thinking, being my true self isn't safe. So I'll create a version of me that is strong, confident, flawless. That's the birth of what psychologists call the false self. It's like building emotional armor. The child hides their insecurity and replaces it with pride. And as they grow up, that armor can harden into narcissistic traits: grandiosity, entitlement, or lack of empathy. At the core of narcissism isn't confidence. It's actually fragile self-esteem. Most narcissistic people don't truly believe they're better than others. They need to believe it, just to feel okay. Their self-worth depends entirely on how others see them. That's why they chase validation, admiration, or control, because deep down, they fear being seen as not enough. When someone compliments them, it's like a hit of emotional fuel, what psychologists call narcissistic supply. It soothes that hidden wound for a moment, but the relief doesn't last long, and they need another hit, and another, and another. There isn't just one path to developing narcissistic traits. Let's look at some common roots. 1. Excessive praise or idealization. When a child is constantly told they're special, better than everyone else, or never allowed to fail, they might develop an inflated sense of self. They grow up believing their worth is based on superiority. 2. Neglect or emotional abuse. On the other hand, kids who feel invisible or unloved may overcompensate by building a grandiose identity. It's a defense against shame and rejection. 3. Overprotective parenting. Sometimes parents shield their child from all discomfort or accountability. That child may not develop empathy because they never learned how their actions affect others. 4. Trauma and insecurity. Some people experience deep emotional wounds early in life, and narcissism becomes a survival strategy. It's not about being evil or cruel, it's about protection. So, behind that proud, confident exterior, there's usually a hurt, scared child who learned to survive by pretending they didn't need anyone. The hardest part about narcissistic traits is that they make real connection difficult. To maintain their armor, narcissistic people avoid vulnerability. They might push others away the moment they feel criticized, or try to control situations so they never feel powerless. Ironically, this makes them feel even lonelier. They crave love and admiration, but fear intimacy. They want closeness, but they're terrified that if someone sees their true self, they'll stop loving them. That's why relationships with narcissistic individuals often feel confusing. Hot one day, cold the next. They can be charming, funny, and confident, but when they feel threatened, the mask cracks, and you might see anger, blame, or manipulation. It's not about excusing the harm they cause, but understanding where it comes from helps us see the human behind the behavior. Can narcissistic traits change? Yes, but it's not easy. True healing requires self-awareness, something many narcissistic people struggle with because it means admitting vulnerability. Therapy can help, especially when the person genuinely wants to understand themselves and the impact they have on others. Through therapy, they can slowly reconnect with their real self, the one they buried long ago. They learn it's okay to be imperfect, to feel, to apologize, to love without control. It's a long process, but not impossible. And for those of us who've dealt with narcissistic individuals, the key is boundaries. You can have compassion and still protect yourself. Understanding doesn't mean tolerating abuse. It means seeing the full picture and choosing what's healthy for you. So, why do some people develop narcissistic traits? Because somewhere along the way, they learned that being real meant being rejected, and pretending to be powerful felt safer than feeling small. Their confidence is often just a mask for pain. And behind that mask is a person who never got the unconditional love they needed. But that doesn't mean they're doomed. When self-awareness grows, empathy can too. And sometimes the most powerful healing begins when we dare to see ourselves honestly, flaws, fears, and all. If this video helped you understand narcissism a little better, remember to be gentle with yourself and with others, because most of us are just trying to heal from something we didn't choose. Thanks for watching, and take care of your heart today. You deserve peace, not perfection.